Some people are going to tell you when it comes to this Mercury retrograde that it only gets worse from here. I, however, am going to tell you how to be prepared for this Mercury retrograde so it doesn't fuck you up, right? When the fuckery goes down, this Mercury retrograde, I want you to just blame it on Mercury. Mercury is the scapegoat, okay? Because he is trifling, right? This Mercury retrograde is very much giving prophecy disguised as humor, prophecy disguised as silly little jokes, prophecy disguised as bullshit. So pay attention. The best way to survive this Mercury retrograde is to split it into two halves, right? Don't fumble it in the first half when we have a whole other second half waiting on the sidelines, waiting to stir the pot, okay? The first half of this Mercury retrograde is going to be in the sign of Sagittarius. From November 9th to November 19th, Mercury will be retrograding in the early degrees of Sagittarius. This means that mutable signs, especially early degree mutable signs, Sagittarius, Virgo, Gemini, Pisces, will be most impacted and activated by that Mercury retrograde from November 9th through the 19th. From the 20th through the 29th, okay, Mercury will be retrograding in the sign of Scorpio. So late degree fixed signs, especially Scorpio, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, will be most impacted by the second half of the Mercury retrograde. Now, the two halves of this Mercury retrograde have very different themes and very different energies, so we're going to break it down. The first half of this Mercury retrograde in the sign of Sagittarius, you will notice that people around you are going to be all over the place. Do not take it personally. People are going to be annoyed by you. People are going to be irritated by you. People are going to not know what the fuck they're doing. Put the blinders on, right? I highly recommend around the first half of this Mercury retrograde to maybe remain a bit cryptic, maybe move in silence, okay? Sit back and observe. Not everything needs your reaction because Sagittarius is a very volatile sign. No shade, okay? And Leo, I think out of all the fire signs, is probably the most emotional. But when it comes to being volatile, that crown is given to Sagittarius. Sagittarius just has little fires everywhere going at all times, right? There is a method to the madness that many of us will never understand. Sagittarius is also the fire sign that can come off very holier than thou. It's kind of unintentional, but it kind of is intentional, right? They kind of have a bit of a preachy vibe. So I highly recommend around this Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius, this first half, is to really make sure to not speak on things that you really don't know anything about. Don't jump the gun. Don't immediately make assumptions. Don't jump to conclusions, okay? Avoid acting out of haste, right? Keep people guessing about what you're doing. Do not be afraid to kind of just like go a bit MIA during the first half of this Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius. Mercury is debilitated in the sign of Sagittarius. Mercury is already a very neurotic, scatterbrained planet, and